Well, back in 2014, I won an Academy Award. And in that same year, I was diagnosed with fibroids. So I was experiencing this high and this low at exactly the same time. I had heavy bleeding, I had pelvic pain, among other symptoms. And I was stunned that I was going through this. I asked my doctor what caused them, and he didn't really have an answer. I asked what I could do to treat them, and all I was offered was surgery or live with the pain. I chose the surgery at the time, and then I asked, what can I do to make sure they don't come back? And he said, it's only a matter of time. And then I've learned since that 80% of women have fibroids by the age of 50. So now, 12 years later, I have fibroids again. I have double the amount of fibroids, and I'm still being offered the same options, surgery or live with the pain. And if majority of women are going through this, surely we should have some more options.
I mean, it just reminds you we need so much more emphasis on women's health, because I think a lot of times that funding was taken away. But this is a very, very important topic.
Yes.
So you're living with this. You went through the surgery, and this also affects fertility for a lot of women.
It does. It does indeed. And I was feeling, first of all, I felt shame. You know, what did I do to cause them? And then I felt very alone and quite scared for my reproductive health. I also have learned that most of the time, a lot of the time, women get recommended hysterectomies, which is a complete...
I have a couple of friends who did that.
Yeah, it's a complete removal of the reproductive organs, which is extreme.
So what have you learned? It's 12 years later. We're sitting at this point. So what advice do you have for women who are going through it?
Well, the first thing I'll say is seek a second opinion and don't accept a hysterectomy as the first resort. And that's why we are trying to raise money to for scientists to look into less invasive and non-invasive ways to treat fibroids through this Make Fibroids Count campaign. And yeah, and I also say, you know, there's a lot of power in speaking up. I spoke up, and the amount of support I got, hearing women say me too and share their stories, made me feel less alone. And it's honestly what has actually bolstered me to be able to do the work that I do now. So I think it's high time that we speak up to ensure that this is no longer trivialized and it's no longer considered normal just because it's common.
It's like